Transcription's done. We can check it out so that I can finish uploading day 13. Yeah, I had to go to sleep. I remember that I had to actually be awake this morning so that I could go cut grass. Yeah, I have to be at my client's house at 9 o'clock. Ooh. I was wrong last night. I had a feeling I should have sold away from the 50. It's actually going to tap that 800 line. It's crazy. Yeah. That was always my biggest issue, was getting out of trades. And we even had the sell thing come in here. Let's refresh the chart, because I know there's going to be some new data. No? Tragic. You can't win them all. But hey, if you had stuck to just super trend and listening to the short, you would have been up. So, they both have their validity, use them in tandem, use them separately, use your own discretion. But as for me, I think I'm going to use both of them together in tandem to make my decisions. Because it's not that he was wrong. We still made profit. We still could have closed. So, and that's the thing that we said about the 5 EMA strategy, is you want to make sure you're there most of the time. Or that you're correct. So, ooh, yeah. And it's literally my fault, because the 5 EMA strategy told me a sell was coming in and to close my buys. And I just let my ego come in the way. I let my winning streak the past 2 weeks go get to my head. Like, oh, I know better than my indicator. So you can see firsthand how you can take an L on your own accord, because you got a big head. So, like I said on my other camera, on the DSLR, I was wrong. I let my ego get in the way, because my strategy was right. What is the basic breakdown that I broke down to you guys the other day? The market either pulls away from the 50, comes back to the 50, and it crosses the 50. Normally when it crosses the 50, it'll pull back to the 50 like it did right here, and then pull away from the 50. Last night I was saying how it could come to this level, but if it doesn't pull away from the 50, I don't think it will. I set this up and I went to sleep, right? But if you had taken into account that this was actually telling you that we're closing out market, this is telling me that we probably enter another trade. Let's put a trade here just because. Just to show that we can probably catch a morning move right here too. Because it's 7 a.m. Keep in mind, this is like ground market open times. So what we're gonna do is this. Because I don't know how far we're projecting. I'm not looking at previous data right there. And to be honest, I could have missed the move. Because like I said, I think this is still in a range. Like a little range right here. So that is like bottom range right here. So it could just be a little snapback. But if we're gonna follow through with what is going on right now and try to catch some momentum, that's what I would do to catch some momentum. Still saw all saying sell, so that's why I'm trying to cap on momentum. But let's look at the other one. Focus on this peak right here, right? This peak right here. Right. So last night we saw this last night, the sell. We saw exactly these two things. We saw this, we saw that. We saw green, 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 red, which means that buy is over. So I should not have been looking for a buy. I let my ego get in the way, even though I had fully explained how the 50 works. When I said pull through and away, I should have known we were pulling to the 50 and a pull away was going to come. So that's entirely on me. And on top of that, we had our beginner strategy over here also indicating the sell. The sell. If it was going to switch to a buy right here, it would have said buy in those 3 candles, but it didn't. So for future, you see the short, you see a pullback, you don't see a buy, hit a sell because that's going to be a great entry off that pullback. I'm back from cutting the grass. Let's take a look at this trade. Oh yeah, it milked out some more. You would even if you didn't enter last night, enter this morning. Profit was there. I would say hold it out till 2. See what happens. Okay, here is where we set up earlier at like 7 a.m. Right here, that first candle move, little pullback, second candle going, still selling. You can read here 28-minute update. Gold falls as the dollar and dollar yields jumps. Update: gold falls as the dollar and yields jump following U.S. job report. Gold trade lower mid-afternoon as the dollar yields turn sharply after the United States added more new jobs than expected last month. Excuse me, goodness. Yeah, you can read that. The ICE dollar index, man. I didn't even read news, but like, news, it affects stuff. I just traded this because this will tell you everything you need to know if you're looking, pretty much. Either the buy, pulled away, crossed the 50. What do you do when you're away? You pull to the 50. What do you do when you pull to the 50? You either cross it or you pull away, and it pulled away. So everything was telling me last night to sell, but I just saw this pull to the 50 and I was like, oh, it's going to cross back over the 50. And it did not. So trade what you see and what you know, not what you feel. Here's the full move. I think last time we checked, we were around here. Yeah, around that point right there. Can't see it because the thing kept showing up. Just track the line, right? Don't track the crosshair of the line. Just track the line. See, so we went up, tried to pull to the 50, pulled to the 15 or 14, depending what you want to have it as. Then we pulled away. And on Fridays, you want to close before market close. Close at like 150, 130. 130 to be safe. Just because market's going to stop moving. And if it's closed, you're not going to be able to close it. If market's closed, you're not closing profit. And you don't know, you might catch some crazy jump candle because of news. So it's always good to close your profit before market close. Unless you're like a swing trader and you're like, yeah, I'm going to be able to hold this through the next trimester. So, panned out in the end, even after taking it out. And you want to look at the gas. And it was just like we said, bro. If it breaks out the zone, you're going to sell some more. Broke out the zone, sold some more. So it's really up to you how you want to trade, how you want to do it. Just get your reps in and then don't bring your feelings into it. Look at the facts.